Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Regaton. Let's continue our push towards the Lost Chapel.
I found something.
Rusty blades and jagged shards protrude from a pile of broken weapons and armor. The mobility check. Thank you, Commander.
I'm gone.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Better start running.
Don't hold back!
You should listen to reason. I'll remove this obstacle.
Together,
Let me
we
help.
stand.
The goddess protects us.
We do it my way.
Inheritor, do not leave me here in the darkness. Deliver me from evil. I used to pray to that fool too, but what's the point? Things got so much better after I renounced her. Remember how many years we've been friends? Should we really let religion come between us? This army is more fun than the Crusaders. Come on, friend. Renounce her. Come to us. All our friends are already here. Renounce her or we'll devour you. I will not fear evil, for you are with me, Iamade. We'll win. We'll live to see the dawn.
Follow if you dare.
I do appreciate the game showing off competent NPCs every now and then.
They will break against our resolve.
Mind over muscle.
Strike!
The light take you into the fray.
You should have listened to reason.
Clawing time.
Yeah, Smite Evil is wasted on Sela right now. She's taking a -2 penalty for having a Tower Shield equipped. That penalty will last until she takes 5 levels of Tower Shield Specialist. She also has a -4 penalty on attack rolls while fighting defensively. So she has a -6 on her attacks.
I'm off.
Can't hide from me.
But like I said, once we get to level 5 in Tower Shield Specialist, that -2 penalty goes away.
We
She'll
will
keep this
win
one. I'll keep her
this
fighting
war.
defensively, just for the extra armor class.
I do what
But
I
when
must.
she hits level 11 in a Paladin, she gets Mark of Justice, which is Smite Evil for the entire party. So it doesn't matter if her attacks don't hit, because the rest of the party will benefit from that, I guess, debuff?
A bright future awaits us.
Yeah, I consider it a debuff, not a buff for the party. So debuff for the enemy.
I will lend you my
You are
aid.
my favorite.
Alright, we do want haste here. This could be a pretty nasty fight.
Search for the beauty with your heart. not your eyes.
Inimosi travisi, Patricium turino, Amrata gratio, Stagioni savitur, Stagioni savitur, Stagioni savitur. I am never wrong.
Yeah?
No glory without risk!
You crossed the wrong mongrel. Begone, fiend! You won't survive me.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
You should have run!
You're irrelevant.
Mere flesh wound. Could this happen?
Endure this!
I'll remove this obstacle.
I still got it.
Make every strike count.
Let's get Ulbrich out of here before he... Oh, he's paralyzed.
Into the fray!
I can still fight.
This will hurt! Don't hold back!
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate.
You need your
assistance.
assistance, mongrel.
We might lose a couple people here.
The light, take you!
Have Sela keep them alive. Her heals aren't as good as Social's, but
Strike!
You won't survive
we'll do what we
me.
can. Let's actually swap to this.
Mind over muscle. You should have listened to reason. You're irrelevant.
You should have
Still
run!
fight.
This will hurt! Don't hold back!
I'll remove this obstacle.
Endure this! I failed you, friends. Make every strike count. Fall!
Yeah, so Last Stand kept us in that fight. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we would have lost. I don't think my main character dropped beneath 1 health, but Social and Ulbrich definitely did.
I'm gone.
Oh, we got Honorable Judgment. A new gnome hooked hammer for, Regil. If the wielder of this +2 axiomatic gnome hooked hammer has any lawful alignment, the first hit during a round they land on a creature with any chaotic alignment deals additional 1d6 holy damage. I like that copper aesthetic a bit more. Welcome to the slaughterhouse.
Do I ever see
My
Sarkoris
will
green
is
again?
resolute.
Aporare sendes. Magritio turinos. Magritio turinos. Magritio turinos.
You require my unbiased opinion?
No reason to pause.
My skills are absolute.
Let's get rid of her fatigue. We'll drop a haste here as well.
Guess what?
There's a fight in here, but there's some dialogue beforehand. In the visage of the ghoul before you, one can barely recognize the Honorable Vasily Rathmus, your regimental cleric. His fuzzy gray beard is gone along with his other hair, and his once lively face has grown gaunt and livid. The skull of the old cleric is cracked open, and whitish larvae wriggle inside. This seems not to bother him at all. Heretics, dirty slaves of false gods. The cleric paces up and down before a desecrated altar, on which an unholy symbol of Cabriri has been drawn. A group of ghouls have brought the soldiers to kneel before him. Renounce your idols, bow down before him who gnaws, but you shall be sacrificed upon his altar. They have turned this holy chapel into a shrine to the ghoul overlord. This is vile. It is well known that every creature builds a home according to its needs. I assure you that a student dormitory at the university in Absalom is no exception to this rule. No, never. Holy Iamade, hear me now. I would gladly die before I renounce you. A sacrifice. The old man's claws sink into the soldier's body. Shuddering in pain, the latter whispers a prayer through his teeth. Well, he'll be the first to taste flesh. He will take Cabriri's communion. I will. A pale woman looks at the cleric. Her eyes are glassy with madness. I renounce Serenre. Hail to Cabriri. I will do anything. Anything you say. Let's go with lawful. I don't take enough lawful options as a paladin. Anyone who renounces the Crusades will die here and now. Despair falls from the soldiers' bloody faces, replaced by grim resolution. One of them whispers a prayer, and bright light bathes in the vaults of the desecrated church. The undead shriek with unnatural force. By the light and the sword, praise the Inheritor. A figure in simple knight's armor appears next to the fighters, and strikes down the nearest school with one blow.
Oh, they'll regret this.
Strike!
You should have listened to reason.
The Inheritor, guide my blade. Perish.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
The queen greets you with a nod, as she closely examines her sword. Her lips are pursed, and her eyes are burning with rage. This church. I knew it well, in its days of grandeur. I remember the voices of 100 warriors soaring through its vaults in a common prayer. I remember the holiness of the rector, the weight of his hand on my forehead, when he blessed me before battle. On this very spot I stood with my 3 friends, who would not live to see this day. But to see the den of depravity those demons have turned it into, it is almost more than I can bear. I'm glad you break free of your captors, my queen. Ha. Joffrey remains subdued, but your words seem to lift her mood a bit. Better than that. I deliberately let them seize me back there at the camp, hoping to quickly find the other prisoners and help whomever I could. I'm a chosen paladin of Iamade. You demons pose a real threat to me. I took a risk in letting them seize me, but not a great one. It would have only gotten dangerous if the Gargoyle Masters had revealed my identity and called in greater demons as reinforcements. Admit it. You were worried about me, were you not? Of course I was worried. There's nothing to admit. You need not have worried. I can fend for myself. We'll put an end to the evil that's at work here. We surely will. Tenebris was the first step. Purging this church of demonic filth is our second, and Dresden will soon follow. Well, then off we must go. I'll get these soldiers to safety. You can stay and clear the area, Commander.
We do it my way.
We need to get rid of that. Still only a 50% chance.
The world has suffered enough.
This was simple enough.
El Arcana is probably Nenio.
A success worthy of praise.
The ritual circle drawn in blood on the floor of the desecrated church. It is covered with the unholy symbols of the Lords of the Abyss. Alright, we got the Shield of Magical Retribution. Whenever an enemy hits the wielder of this +2 light shield with any touch attack, melee or ranged, the enemy suffers 2d6 force damage. Which is really good because force damage... I don't think there's any enemies in the base game that have DR towards force damage. I could be mistaken on that. But regardless, it is exceedingly rare to have an enemy that's resistant to that damage type. Alright, so this area downstairs would not be revealed if you didn't have the Wand of Zacharias on hand. If you destroyed it, you can't get in here. And the altar exudes the last remains of the holy power that once ruled over this place. Probably rest up here.
So many years wasted. So many good people perished. And there's still no end to this war.
Praise the goddess, we'll end it. Once and for all.
Also, I think it goes without saying, if you don't ask Goffrey to join you in the Crusades, you won't appear here in the chapel, and that fight will be a little harder. Alright, we'll head downstairs first. There's some pretty good loot down here.
I'll take care of it.
Which you could easily miss out on, because I missed out on it in my first playthrough. Because I took the good option and destroyed the Wand of Zacharias.
Let me help. I will lend you my aid.
Are we in trouble yet?
I'm always open to ideas.
Follow if you dare.
Can't hide this from my eyes.
will help where I can.
Alright, Seela, good luck.
Lead on. It's just not my lucky day.
Yeah. Been a little rough without Wolja for Camellia in the party.
I'm off.
I could have taken off her armor and stuff to have a better chance at that, but wasn't too worried about it. There are dead flies in the cups. The food on the plates turned into a dry grayish mass a long time ago.
I do what I must.
To battle, my
Better
friends!
start running.
I'm gone. I'm always ready. We do
Let's
it my
prove their
way.
logic is lacking.
Into the fray!
I'll remove this obstacle. You should have listened to reason.
If I survive this, it'll make for a good story.
So I'm guessing the golems have cleave.
Something over there. The goddess protects us.
Call me again if you need to.
Follow if you dare.
Alright, Zacharias toward eternity. We also learned something from this one. The forced reclusion that once seemed a curse to me is becoming more bearable now that I have access to materials to work with. In my current, straitened circumstances, my only diversion lies in scientific endeavor and exercising my mental faculties. Creating witless undead from crude components is the preserve of ignoramuses. Never seen the... Well, I have seen the plural version because I've read this before, but... ignoramuses. I'm capable of conceiving an original thought. With the application of even the barest effort in magic, any necromancer can unlock the true potential of our art. By availing oneself of the school of transmutation, several incomplete bodies can be turned into a single construct that markedly improves upon the capabilities of the raw material. However, even the most ambitious mages pursuing the path of necromancy rarely decide to take that final step and transform themselves into this in the same fashion as their own creations. Why? What drives such powerful revulsion to undeath among those whose life is criminally short? Perhaps the reason is fear of the gods, whose will these mages violate when they dare to meddle in the supreme order of things. Perhaps the instinctive disgust that arises when encountering eternal travelers in death is caused by the decay and desiccation of the corporeal sheath. Perhaps it is sentimental attachments that weaken the resolve. Not every mortal is capable of ascending to lichdom. Each one of us who has attained such a state has traveled an entirely distinct path from that of our peers, but we were united by one and the same goal, which we drew nearer with all the inevitability of a knife hurtling toward a heart. In truth, ascension begins not with knowledge of the art of creating a phylactery, nor with books on advanced necromancy, but the creation of an inimitable and incorruptible ideal in the mage's soul, the ideal of immortality. So this book grants a +1 competence bonus to DC on a spell with the death descriptor, which is pretty good, because some of the death spells are instantaneous kill spells. The bedsheets have yellowed, and the blanket has been eaten by moths.
I do what I must.
But that book also confirmed that Zacharias had turned himself into a lich. So that would all, if you know what a lich is, you know that he's probably down here hanging out as a as an undead. But we'll find him next time. For now, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.